Welcome to this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Rocket League, broadcasting from the Boise State Esports Arena. Tonight, we crown our fall ET Rocket League Club champion. 4 teams remain alive and are gunning to win the grand finals as we move on in our bracket stage. We'll kick things off with a match of Barracuda's White racing off against the Lynx. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer, joined by Michael Fish Fisher, calling all of the action for you today. And Fish, this is kind of the long conclusion, what all of the competition over the past fall season has been leading up to. One more Rumble before we head into spring.
Yeah, we got a couple games left, like you said here. We crown our fall champion tonight. Going to be very exciting. I think any of these 4 teams really stand a great chance at it. And we've got both Barracuda squads repping it. I mean, it seems like for as long as ET's been around, the Barracudas have been winning championships. So if I had to take my money, I'd probably take them. And when they're half the field, it's almost like free money.
Yeah, you can pretty much bet that a Barracuda's team is going to be making it into the grand finals. Yep. But don't just take our word for it. Let's take a look at how things stand in the brackets and what teams are competing as we head into the last Rumble championship of the fall season. Well, it is, of course, like we said, Barracuda's black and whites. Lynx are also going to be facing in the mix. And all these teams, 7 teams started out competing for 5 spots in the club championship bracket. The teams were seeded in a round-robin round. Those were best of 3. Now the semis and grand finals are best of 5 single elimination, which means if you lose one match, that's going to be the end of your journey. And 2 teams we have said goodbye to if they've been dropped out, not making it into the bracketed stage. Before we're ready to start our first match, we of course want to remind our friends on Twitch or anyone watching to support your team, celebrate successes, but of course be respectful to other fans. Mods will remove anyone who violates the chat rules. Now, before we get into this first game, we want to leave these teams with some key advice that is going to help them play their best, and that comes to us in the form of Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League, and that's going to be to create mistakes, punish overcommits, play off the walls better, and demo to disrupt. Doc's Keys the game brought to you by Esports Tower. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched up with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. We kick off the night with our first semifinal match between Barracuda's White and the Lynx. And Fish, can you tell us just a little bit about the players for both teams, what both these teams have to offer?
Well, I mean, with the Lynx, we've seen it throughout these club championships. They're kind of spearheaded by the Esports Tower Fall Rocket League MVP State. When he is scoring, they are winning. Of course, as you can see, our bracket here with the Lynx winning that lone quarterfinal matchup against the Mammoths as well last week to advance to this stage. Meanwhile, Barracuda's White, they've got a lot of talent, and I know they might have some subs as well today. I know they got a wide player base available. They've got guys like Enzo, who we've seen for quite a long time, who are very talented. I believe they have Fuj as well, who's one of those new up-and-comers who's been playing really out of his mind this fall. So 2 very talented teams. I think Barracuda's White a bit more well-rounded, but the Lynx, anytime State can get going, he can put up 3, 4, 5, 6 goals in a game. We've seen it in these championships, so State's probably my big player to watch out for.
All righty, let's see if any of those players rise to the occasion or if there will be a surprise player who wows us all in this first match. Best of 5, Barracuda's White versus the Lynx, and then we'll go over to the other side of the bracket and see who moves on. If they will be joined by their twin team, the Barracuda's Black, we're all going to find out as we're ready to head into the match. The first kickoff, and we get down to the field very shortly. But before we do, we want to just give a shout out to our friends at the Vitamin Shop. Vitamin Shop has everything a gamer could need to stay energized and hydrated. So you're going to want to check out this offer from the Vitamin Shop. Scan the QR code you see on the screen right now to check out what they have to offer. Ready to head into the classic stadium setting. Barracuda's White versus Lynx's. Let's get down to the action, and I'm proven wrong. Not a classic stadium setting. A little bit of variety, but Floaties is going to start things off with a goal off the kickoff for the Lynx's.
Yeah, the Lynx do a really good job on these kickoffs. They get a great little lucky bounce there. Everybody was trying to cheat forward, and they get that first goal of the game just 2 seconds in, and it wasn't even State. Again, he gets the assist, and now we go for the second time in a row. Another chance for Goom off the kickoff. They got free ink to beat, but oh, he beat him, but the ball just went wide. Another great chance to Lynx, but this one will get cleared away.
Floaties just going to pass that off to the corner, allow Gumi Boy to pass it to Floaties and try to get their next play going. State is going to get demoed, and that clears out the goal, allowing Crazy Cat to score an equalizer.
Yeah, Crazy Cat kind of just ends up in the right place. He's coming back over from that demo and just says, well, you know what? I'll take a free ball in front of the net. And it's 1-1 now here in game one of our first semifinal. Kickoffs. Got to keep your eye on them. The Lynx have had a couple of good ones. This one, not so much. State going to simply corral this, but he can't even get it past Crazy Cat. Floaty's going to go up. One touch on it. Free ink off the wall. And despite the contest, Nagy with the dunk to make it 2-1.
Yeah, Floaty's just not having the forward momentum to clear that out. If anything, it more sets up the play from Free Ink to allow his teammate to score the second goal. Now Barracudas, in just less than a minute, have turned things around from that quick goal the Lynx got earlier on.
They're looking to maybe add another. Crazy Cats, though, couldn't quite set it up. Now State with the ball, takes a long shot, and it bounces in. What a shot! And it's a goal-scoring explosion already.
Not even needing a teammate. You actually see Goombor run some great interference there. There's still one team member, but the shot from State is just too well placed for him to defend against. State, star player for the Lynxes, showing why he is, and if one team can get a goal off of a kickoff, another one sure can as well.
Definitely feels like this game one, we're kind of, we're feeling each other out. We're kind of getting used to it because, I mean, 5 goals in the first 45 seconds. Rarely do you ever see something like that in Rocket League. I expect the nerves to maybe calm down a little bit, maybe the scoring to slow, but as I say that, off the kickoff, Free Ink has a chance, but he just doesn't have a great angle on the ball. Crazy Cat gonna go for that demo on to State, but Floaty's at least able to clear it away. He gets a demo of his own, make it 2 in a row on the demos. It's all up to Crazy Cat. Everybody's down, but just in front of the goal. State can't find it.
This seems like it figures at the one moment where the goal's wide open, you're just at a little too awkward an angle to make the shot. Speaking of angles, so Floaty with a nice attempt to dunk down. States plays it off the backboard. No follow-up. Lynx is rotating back on the field. Goomboy keeps it from passing mid. Now Nagy playing it up in the air. He looked like he was trying to pass it to Crazy Cat, but Crazy Cat was soon swarmed by the Lynxes, keeping the pressure onto the Barracudas. No clear coming out from the Lynxes, from the Barracudas quite yet.
Floaties goes up, can't quite stop it. Great chance here for the Barracudas to add a goal, and they'll probably need it the way this game is going. As Goom immediately on the counterattack, him and Floaties kind of both get together, but it doesn't matter. Goom puts one in, and it took us a little bit longer, but it's now 3-3 here off a great little solo goal.
That's a really insane redirect there from Goomy. It was a very shallow angle he had to put that in there. 3:07 left on the timer. Kickoff, well, not quite in favor of either as they kind of decide to run into each other first and foremost. But Crazy Cat quickly out the kickoff, putting a bit of pressure onto the Lynxes. They try to clear it back toward mid. Floaties takes a shot above Free Ink. State and Goomy, unfortunately for them, run into each other. A little bit of coordination issue gives the Barracudas time to clear.
Oh, Free Ink, nice intercept at midfield. They're kind of ganging up on the goal, but the crossbar with one save, make it 2 saves. Do I hear a third? No. This time Crazy Cat lobs it in, but the crossbar nearly the hero, but he couldn't quite make the 3rd save.
They really weren't able to recover from that misplay up in the Lynx's territory. They were double committing on their own goal, trying to save it. And hopefully this one goal is kind of a wake-up call for them to get back to the kind of play that we know them for.
Well, they're looking to add one here. Free Ink right in front of the net, but looks like the rest of the Barracudas had instead chosen to retreat. Nagy with a nice little save there. And now looking to carry it across the map. Goom ends up kind of bumping it up towards his own goal, but Crazy Cat waiting right there, can't find it. Free Ink's attempt high as well. And Floaty's around 1, can't get around the 2nd, so the Barracudas have another attempt. Nice stop in front of the net. Goom end up retreating, and they'll just let Crazy Cat take a weak little shot. It'll roll past the net, and now the Lynx have possession.
Ball trickling slowly toward Barracuda's goal. Pass over to Free Ink State, tries to intercept it, is going to be able to, leaves it for Floaties, and a quick goal ties it again for a piece.
This has been an absolutely insane game. State, great little shot off the side, and Floaties with a nice follow-up. And you have to wonder, who's going to be the one to finally score a goal and hold on to the lead? Or maybe it'll take overtime where all you need is one goal for this first game to be determined. Off the kickoff, ball still basically reset, and State gets a shot, but it hits off the upper crossbar. Goom gonna elevate for it, can't quite get it down. Floaties one try, and he puts it in, and the Lynx have the lead at 5-4.
Hat-trick also secured for Floaties on that one. That was a dream 50-50 for State. Winning that, almost putting in a goal himself, but has the backup of his team members to make sure that they get the lead.
Now we'll see, 90 seconds left. Oh, everybody misses on it. Floaties ends up coming in. Now Crazy Cat can't get around Floaties. Chance for the Lynx to make this a 2-goal affair, but State can't quite get there in time. Goom gonna hit off the side wall, ball centered back up. Floaties with a touch, but it's saved just in the nick of time by the Lynx.
50-50. Goom actually hangs around it after the initial collision. He's gonna pepper a shot onto the goal. Floaties with a flick off into the corner. It's wide open for him. He bumps right into Nagi. Ball goes flying over Goomy. State also rotates too far up past the ball. And that slowly but surely gets the Barracudas more territory to work with. Kizu plays it off, Izuku plays it off the wall in the center. Crazy Cat not quite there for the follow-up, but side control still in favor for the Barracudas. Going to make this final half a minute pretty darn interesting as the Barracudas have plenty of opportunities to equalize, including that one just barely saved by Goomy.
Oh, it's not out of the woods yet. Finally, State gets the clear. And 18 seconds left. Floaties trying to get it back to State. Lynx need to be careful. They don't need a goal, but one would seal it, and State, who else? The MVP puts an exclamation mark on game number 1 and probably puts the Lynx up 1-0 in this series. A great little pinch goal.
Yeah, the Barracudas, when you consider that they've had a few roster swaps, the only key for Lynx that they're happy is still in their team is State. They're glad that he's still in there. There's no change. He has his 2 dependable teammates to back him up. MVP for sure, and that final second is going to draw an end to our first game of this best of 5. Lynx is going to win that one 6-4. But overall, if you look at the stats, pretty darn even between the two teams, and it was a really even game until that final half minute.
Yeah, those stats do not shock me at all because, as you said, it was basically a dead even sprint from the beginning of the game all the way to the end of the game. I do think nerves maybe playing a little bit of a factor. I mean, 5 goals in the first 45 seconds is almost unheard of in Rocket League. Usually we talk about 30 seconds a goal. Couple of weird kickoffs. Again, with those roster swaps, you have to wonder if Barracuda's White maybe having some kickoff miscommunications. Curious to see how that roster kind of adapts as the series goes on, because right now the Lynx kind of feel like maybe they're in control. If State can have a performance like this 2 more times, I mean, they're heading on to the grand finals.
And the Lynx also definitely the team that's kind of fought more to get into this position. They had the only quarterfinals matchup, so they had to fight more than the other teams to get this position who got into the semifinals on a bye. So the Lynxes have shown that they're quite the tenacious fighters.
Kickoff game 2, and this time no kickoff goal for the Lynx. Instead, the Barracudas right in front of the net. Crazy Cat trying to bump PPL out of the way. Can't find it. And now Floaties up on that wall, stolen away by Fouge. And oh, wow, Crazy Cat gets the goal. I did not think that ball had that angle. I don't think the Lynx did either.
Kind of wait. State is just kind of already waiting for the anticipation for the ball to be grounded. But Crazy Cat, split-second play, puts the Barracudas into an early lead. Half a minute in.
Kickoff not going in their favor. State gets the demo, but not the ball. Crazy Cat misses. Fouge with the follow-up. Oh, he's going to center it up right off that side wall, but nobody else for the Barracudas is there. But as I say that, they make it 2-0.
Nice little let up there by Fouge. Zuku was able to get it past Goomy Boy defending. 2-0 at this point. We haven't really seen a lead larger than 2 goals, so this is an opportunity for the Barracudas. Almost there. I thought Crazy Cat might take a shot on the goal. They're gonna slow play that. Try to defend against this clear coming out from the Lynxes. Boy off the wall. Fuge back to center. Zuku shot back toward goal. Floaty saves and gets demoed for his troubles. Zuku moving back towards center. State's still able to get a touch on it. A lot of bunching up around the ball right now.
Thought the Lynx maybe had an open goal, but it looked like I think it was Crazy Cat who got back in time. Another shot on what looks like an open net. It's off the crossbar. Zuku able to push that one away. Goom now with possession. Has to back pass it just to keep it out of Fuge's grasp. State barely gets that back boost as well. That gives the Barracudas a chance to get possession of this ball. Zuku now looking to center it up. Demo in front of the net by Crazy Cat. Floaty's able to clear that one away. Fuge just a handle on it, but can't quite corral it, and the Lynx will at least clear it out of harm's way. Ooh.
Oh, that's a sneaky shot by State. Quickly putting the Lynxes back into the mix.
That's just a great goal flying in. If he misses that, the Lynx are in trouble. That is supreme confidence in yourself and your teammates to set you up. That's why he's the MVP, and the Lynx make it 2-1 here as we go to the kickoff, and it's Fuge with the ball.
Zuku's letting it up. Demos back and forth between the two teams. A lot of fighting in corner. In fact, all the Lynxes kind of bunched up in the same corner as State gingerly pushes it across the midfield marker. Floaties gets a shot toward the goal, almost punishing the Barracudas for a bit of over-rotation. Zuku flip back towards center. Gumi shot on goal, saved by Zuku.
Floaties up in the air. Goom gonna get a touch on it. Zuku centers it. Fuge right there, rips a shot. Floaties with great defense. Pass over to Goom as well on that clear. This is a great chance for a potential setup for the Barracudas. But Zuku with a fantastic clear. State's gonna pop it right back. And Fuge will just launch down into the corner. Zuku is there, but he can't quite corral the possession. So this one get cleared to midfield.
Crazy Cat shot on goal, and it trickles in. Rather slow speed, but didn't look like anyone on the Lynxes. You have one person back here hanging on back post. State trying to rotate back there. He's just a little bit too late on that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think everyone was pushing forward. Did look like we might have got a disconnect there for the Lynx, but no, it looks like everyone is back. So that beam of light not going to affect anything as Crazy Cat gets a touch on it. And the Lynx need all of the players as they're down 2 goals here. Maybe make it 1. But Goom's shot is just a bit too high, and him and Floaties even kind of run into each other. That allows Zuku to get possession. Crazy Cat with a great follow-up off the wall. Great back pass to Fuge as well. Just playing keep away from State, and almost gets a goal for it, but Floaties with a nice save.
Zuku moving up. The angle wasn't quite there. It looked like he was waiting for a follow-up, but they're still keeping the side control going. They're in the driver's seat at this point with a 2-goal lead, putting a lot of pressure on the Lynxes to clear as Zuku gets flip reset, leaves it for Crazy Cat, and that just might do it.
Crazy Cat with the hat trick. This is a great setup. Maybe even taking that one away. I don't know if Zuku planned on that being a shot for Crazy Cat, but it's a great opportunity. Just recognize I have the better shot, teammate. I apologize in advance. Off the kickoff, though, this is where the Lynx have been so well, but Crazy Cat, and he's able to outsmart that one. And gets a little bit of a demo there on the Floaties. State will challenge him, but with 60 seconds left, down 3 goals, the Lynx need to score quickly here to have a shot in game 2, and not that kind of scoring as it's almost going in their own net.
1 minute left, and at this point, it would be a tall order for any team to make 3 goals in just a minute. Crazy Cat seems to pass it over to Zuku with the mentality that, hey, we're just going to keep control of this ball for the last remaining minute. Floaties, a little bit of a flip. He gets demoed as he pushes it up. State also gets demoed, leaving only Gumi Boy. The offense is just going to fall at that point. Now with that half minute burned off and 1 half left, I would say the Barracudas most likely have cemented this flip reset from Azuku, almost using it to get a goal. He's not going to find it. Not that he's complaining.
Fuge gonna clear that one across, and it does appear that unfortunately the Lynx will simply run out of time. 6 seconds left, and the Barracudas have tied this series up. A couple of subs maybe making the difference with Fuge and Izuku coming in for game 2. Just like that, back to one aside. Well, as soon as this ball touches the ground, everybody having a little bit of fun with it. Some argue the original Rule 1 of Rocket League is you can never let the ball touch the ground as long as you have the ability to keep it up in the air. But it touches, and the Barracudas claim the victory.
And here's a game where the shots on goal statistic was not even between them. State was only able to get 1 shot on goal. Goomy Boy had the most of the Lynxes, but overall that's only 4 shots on goal to, I'm counting, about 10 for the Barracudas.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that was really impressive there, if you saw the speed, is you had 2 players for the Barracudas averaging over 60 miles an hour. 10 miles an hour faster than most of the Lynx. I think 1 player was at 57, but when you have 2 guys over 60, that just shows not only how much boost they're using, but they're flying around the map. That's why they're getting so many demos, because they are almost always moving at a high enough speed. They just touch somebody, they go boom.
And it was those demos at the very crucial moment in that last minute, too. They basically took out the whole team of the Lynxes on kind of the last counterattack they could have used to try to equalize this up. Didn't find it there. So now we go into game 3, tied 1 apiece. Reset to a best of 3.
Right off the kickoff. Crazy Cats with possession. Izuku gonna get a little bit of a hood on that one to pop it up. Fuge comes in, and 10 seconds in, he makes it 1-0.
Floaty's just not having the speed at all. He had absolutely no boost behind that save. So the ball was not knocked away from the goal. It was just left right in front for the Barracudas to pick up. Now we head in to the second kickoff.
Ooh, wide off this kickoff. Floaties off the crossbar. State through some traffic there. Couldn't quite get a clean shot, and he hits off the side as well. Izuku coming in. Not able to get a clean shot, so Goom will clear it up, but there's no one there, so that's an easy touch for Fuge. Across the map, looking for the setup for Crazy Cat. He says, I'll take it myself. And it's 2-0 Barracudas.
Definitely seems like the lack of boost is really plaguing the Lynxes right now. You see 2 players, Floaties and Goomboy, only having about 10 boosts apiece. They can't turn around quick enough to put any sort of forceful save on that ball. So maybe it's like we're seeing the higher speeds, the better resource management from the Barracudas paying dividends.
I think the big part of the boost difference is every kickoff, which is why the Lynx are having success with it, is they're cheating up. They're having multiple players push forward instead of going to get those side boosts, fill up to 100 right off the start as Izuku with a nice little air dribble, but he can't quite get it on target. And so you're about 20 seconds after the kickoff, the Lynx have a couple players who are just completely dry, sitting at midfield trying to find boost. And so maybe it's time to change out the kickoff strategies as Goom gets it around 1, gets the long distance shot, and gets the lead back down to 1.
There's a similar situation to this that we saw in the last game. Barracudas can rotate too far up the field, leaving their own goal open. Luckily for the Lynxes, the shot was already auto-aimed for them, so to speak. Now we go back to just within 1.
Another kickoff, and you can see Floaty 0 boost right now, so he is going to be very strapped here in this goal, but as you mentioned, everybody on the Barracudas push forward. It's a great chance, but the ball waterfall down the wall, denying the rebound opportunity I think the Lynx were hoping for in that possession. With like a couple more shots, but that's just a little unfortunate how the ball bounced on that one.
Ball left wide open for Fuge. Just gets a slight tap on that to center it. Zuku takes a shot that goes wide. Crazy Cat flies under the ball, unable to get possession. Demo back and forth between the teams. State redirects over to Goom and Floaties. Fuge takes a shot up onto the backboard. Izuku unable to dunk it down. Floaties takes it across mid. He's going to have to contest with Fuge with it on the near corner.
Fuge gonna set that one up for Izuku. Him and Crazy Cats, we're kind of heading in the same direction, and that is going to be an open net for Goom. Just a miscommunication here by the Barracudas, and that allows that game to be all tied up at 2.
And such a nicely aimed shot by Gumiboy. No one really expecting it to be that precision aim, just sliding past the near post. State wins that kickoff. Floaties now to follow up on it. Fuge gets demoed as well. A lot of pressure from the Lynxes off this kickoff. Fuge now respawn. Moving up with Crazy Cat. Crazy Cat with a nice flick up and over. Bounces off the crossbar, however. It's not going to be enough for the Barracudas to get into a lead.
Wazuku demoed from behind. I don't think he was ready for that one. And that'll allow the Lynx. Nice little touch. Fuge does center it up. Goom and State both there. Goom will take the shot. One save for Crazy Cat. State gonna try and set that one up for Floaties, but he can't quite win the race to the ball. Ball bounces right to State. Over to Goom, but he can't quite dunk it under Fuge. And that'll be a clear but a near opportunity for the Lynx, but they gotta play some defense now.
Floaties in the corner, place it under 1. Fuge rotates back and just forcefully takes that away from him. Zuku and Crazy Cat gonna rotate back, play it safe. Zuku now with a flip, nice leave it for Crazy Cat. Floaties with a great shot toward the goal, saved by Fuge. Now off in the corner, Zuku heads up the wall. Now back down to the ground, trying to play a nice flick past 1. Gumiboy shot on goal, saved by Crazy Cat. Again, doesn't seem like the Barracudas defense, despite a nice effort from the Lynxes, is buckling right now.
Oh, Floaties with a nice little steal. They even bump Izuku's. This might be a 2-on-1, but Fuge, great touch. Goom not going to be denied. Trying to push it towards the center in a 2-on-1. Crazy Cat gets just a nose on it. Now Izuku able to clear it around, and the ball takes a weird bounce off State's hood. It's all up to Goom, and he gets back in time, makes a fantastic save as we enter our final 60 seconds of Game 3. Both these teams deadlocked at 2 aside.
Ooh, nice little pinch out there on the near post, trying to squeeze it in the goal, but doesn't quite find it. State with the opening, almost whips, and Crazy Cat comes in. That's 2 times State has had a wide open goal and whiffed it.
I think he was trying to fake out the goalie and hope that ball would just bounce in, and the fake worked, but the ball didn't agree with the plan. Now in the final 15 seconds, can either of these teams score? It's a soft lob towards the net for the Barracudas. Not able to find anything. Demo goes out onto Floaties. So Crazy Cat and company get one more chance to end it here. Zuku's shot is high. The ball looks to be cleared away. If the Lynx can get a nose under it, they'll get one more chance. But Crazy Cat denies it, and we reset for overtime in Game 3.
This overtime could be really quick because we have seen a lot of kickoff goals. It looks like this one is going to play out a bit more standard as Fuge sets it up in the center. Izuku looking for possession on this. Goes for the flip reset. Yes, he gets it in! Oh my goodness!
This is just a fantastic little solo goal there from Izuku. Plays it around State. Drives it home, and just like that, Game 3 ends 3-2, and the Barracudas, the skin of their teeth, are on match point.
And you wonder why flip reset is such a common terminology in Rocket League? Well, that's the reason. It gives you the added ability to pull off some more acrobatics with the ball. Zuku putting on just a masterclass on how to do that, getting the Barracudas the win. Now they're just 1 game away from a match point.
Yeah, this was an absolutely fantastic series for both these teams. I mean, as you said, the Lynx had a couple of great opportunities to score a go-ahead goal that might have won it had things played out the way the rest of that game did. State having a couple of close chances, but in the end, Izuku gets it done, and now you're on the back foot of the Lynx. I mean, this is do or die right now. You've got to come up with a way to win this game to get us to a Game 5, and it feels like ever since Game 1, the Lynx have been playing on the back foot, so this is going to be a tough ask for them to win this Game 4.
We're going to have to go into Game 4 with no more questions because now is do or die time for the Lynxes as Barracuda's white look to be on the precipice of moving on to the grand finals. We'll see how it turns out. Lynx get the initial side control off the first kickoff, but it's quickly answered back by Barracudas. State unable to play it around one. Rouge keeping the pressure on. State plays it off the wall, looking for the clear. Comet Crazy Cat reads it. Double commit by the Lynxes to try to clear it. Gives Barracudas plenty of opening to keep this moving.
Ooh, floaties over to State, over to Goom, but Crazy Cat read that set up perfectly, clears it away. Izuku looking for a clear. If State touches it, Izuku gets it right back. Kind of looked like a setup there for himself. The shot does get denied by Goom, and now Izuku racing in off the wall. Nobody's home, so State gets possession.
State plays it over Crazy Cat. Rouge with one touch off the wall. Oh! That's a nice little kind of spike up into their own backboard. Barracuda's doing anything that they can to keep it away from the Lynxes, who are hungry for the first goal. And, oh, Izuku sneaks it in again, has been a key power player for the Barracudas.
Yeah, Izuku has really kind of helped turn this series around ever since he came in Game 2. Forces his way back to Goom, and it makes it 1-0 in Game 4. Just under 4 minutes left. I think that's the longest a first goal has taken in all this series. Is off the kickoff. Floaties with possession, but he hits the crossbar. State trying to redeem his teammate. Can't quite find it. Goom going to come racing in. These kickoffs have nearly worked for the Lynx, but that one really stings because they needed that goal.
Oh, and this is a good opening opportunity there. That's a tag team to find the goal.
This is just a great counterattack. Izuku pushes it forward, sets it up. Crazy Cat reads it, and I mean, with that speed, I think, again, last game, Crazy Cat over 60 miles an hour. This time the only player in the game, and when you're moving that fast, you can adjust to a setup from your teammate. And here we go, kickoff set off once again, but Floaties can't find it, and Goom's shot is turned away.
Frustrating miss for the Lynxes. State gets one touch on that. He's actually going to play it himself. Doesn't pass it to either Floaties or Goomboy. Floaties elevates up. One shot, but it's not really to anybody except Goomy Boy, who moves up. Almost getting a shot on goal, just bounces off the back post.
There's one of those demos on to Floaties. We've seen Crazy Cat with a ton of those. But a nice push forward here by the Lynx. State and Goom able to get a sense of possession. Goom going to steal that one away from Fuge as well. State going to just kind of try and take a shot, but Izuku was right there if it was on target. One more chance here for the Lynx. Goom clears it around. State, oh, just a bit high. And the Barracudas will clear it away.
Izuku gets a pretty solid clear back over toward the Lynxes. Before State can get to it, Izuku passes it over back to their own corner. Fuge picks up on a bit of boost. Now back to Izuku. Nice redirect. Gonna be stopped at mid, but Izuku gets control of it again. Floaties pushes it off to the side. Fuge doesn't take the gets beaten to the ball by Goomy, so can't take the shot there. State takes a shot on goal, but it's saved by Crazy Cat.
Well, that ball took an awkward bounce off of Goom as well. Floaties able to corral it. Now it's State's turn, but a nice save, though he does get a demo onto Crazy Cat in the goal. Crazy Cat off the respawn. Looks like he's going to help his team, and they're going to clear this one away. Floaties at the touch on it over to State. And the Lynx looking for one more opportunity, down 2, but there's Crazy Cat once again with a fantastic save.
Floaties finally finding the first goal for the Lynxes. Figures his first shot on goal is the one that actually turns into the goal. Goomy sets it up. Izuku plays past it, and Floaties realizes he has a split-second opening. Now we're back to a one-goal game.
These kickoffs have been so huge for the Lynx. Can they find another one? Unfortunately, the Barracudas were ready for this one. Izuku gonna pop it up near midfield, try and play it himself, but a nice steal by State, looking for a touch off the side wall. Here comes Floaties, he gets the demo, can't find the ball. Goom, his touch on it goes wide. 60 seconds left here. Barracudas just gotta hold on for another 50 seconds to make it to the grand finals.
More than hold on, how about score another goal? It seems that They've got so much side control at this point, but a kind of a double whiff between the two teams is going to leave us waiting a little bit longer. That insurance goal would definitely lock things down. Seems to be quite a lot of slow play, though, from the Barracudas. Zuku just passing it over, just playing the game of keep away at this point.
Less time the Lynx have on the clock to set up something, I think the better for the Barracudas. And now with 15 seconds left, it's in front of the net. But a fantastic clear. Oh, and it hits off the crossbar. That nearly ended it, but now the Lynx have got to get possession and go across the field. Floaties gets the demo. Fuge gets the touch on it. They're going to have to go the length of the field in the air to keep their club championship hopes alive. And it's immediately grounded by Azuku, and the Barracudas take the win.
Well, that's also just kind of a great team play there by the Barracudas. They are able to make it into the grand finals. Of course, going at it alone can only get you so far. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. I would say once the roster swaps came in for the Barracudas, it looked like that was the team that was more cohesive together.
Yep.
So you can see that's why you got to have the good team, good build-up, and those good teaming skills that Esports Tower helps teach you. So we have the first team selected for the grand finals. That's going to be the Barracudas White. Now we're going to see if the other Barracudas team, Barracudas Black, can make it to the grand finals themselves as they head up into their matchup that we're going to have at the other end of this break. So you're not going to want to leave us. We'll be back with the second semifinals of the Fall Rumble Championships.
It's the end of a good day's work in Idaho. Time to punch out. Time to check in and catch up. Time to remind ourselves that what we work for isn't a paycheck. It's to make the good things we have even better. So here's to your good day's work. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe money is a thing. It's not everything.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to the Esports Tower Rumble in Rocket League. Joining you from the Boise State Esports Arena. We are just wrapping up our semifinals in the Final Fall Rumble, ready to move on to the grand finals, but we've already got one team set up. That's going to be Barracudas White. Now we'll find out who joins them, Stingrays or Barracudas Black. And we knew that this kind of Final Rumble would be very kind of interesting just in terms of there being two Barracudas teams with some of the top talent fighting it out between them. And we'll be getting to our current matchup, Barracudas Black versus Stingrays, in a bit. But before we do, we want to take a moment and congratulate some of the members of the Esports Tower Club that have already graduated across the country and have received lots of scholarships, over 2 million you see there, for a Rocket League. They've been offered scholarships all across the country, and as a total have received $3.9 million total in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but also academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. The players that have received these scholarships are talented, hard-working, and we could not be more proud to see the opportunities that these players are getting. We're ready to head into our matchup. The winner moves on to the grand finals, Barracudas versus Barracudas White, so we could see both Barracudas fighting against each other. Stingrays, the last team to kind of want to put a dent in that plan.
Yeah, Stingrays trying to prevent our all Barracudas grand final. Of course, both these teams got the bye in the quarterfinals, so they're both well rested. And as we hop into the second semifinal, don't forget, Vitamin Shop's got everything a gamer could need. Take a scan the QR code right now. Check out the amazing offers at the Vitamin Shop. Semifinal number 2, nearly about to kick things off. Barracudas Black taking on the Stingrays, and this Barracudas Black team incredibly loaded. But so at the Stingrays, a lot of names that we've been seeing throughout the past, not only the Fall Rumble, our Summer Rumbles as well. So there's a lot of talent on this field, but only 3 players are going to move on to our grand finals and have a chance to be crowned as fall champions.
Looks like we're ready to head down to the first kickoff, see what team is going to move their way on for a chance at the final Fall Rumble Championship.
Right off the kickoff, Greed there does get a demo onto 1, but unfortunately can't quite find the back of the net. Nano now with possession. He's going to get demoed. And it's up to Yags here to maybe try and get something going for the Barracudas. Not quite able to find it. Gababy is there at least to slow down Greed and finally get that ball off that orange side and all the way over to the blue side.
That unnamed player, by the way, it's just a bit of a glitch that we have, but that is a drift playing for Barracudas Black. So far in the first half minute, Barracudas Black still tied with the Stingrays despite being the #1 seed so far. So Stingrays definitely having an uphill battle, kind of the underdogs in this match.
We have seen Barracudas Black have some slow starts, going to 3 games against some competition that maybe you were expecting some sweeps against. So maybe game 1, a chance to steal a game if you're the Stingrays, is a drift with a great demo, sets up Yags, and it's already 1-0 Barracudas Black.
2 members of the Stingrays, a bit too far up to defend, leaving it down to the 1 goalie who does rotate in on the back post quick enough, but doesn't find the save. Now on to the next kickoff. Nano takes it early. Has to try to make a play with no boost, however, after that initial win. He's going to get demoed by a drift.
Yags. Oh, thought he might have it here. Gababy gonna try and put it in front of the net for somebody. Yags. Well, he gets some help from Nano, but he'll make it 2-0. Oh, we had a Rule 1 I didn't even see.
Ah, okay. Sometimes the best Rule 1s are the ones you don't even realize happen. Either way, it didn't look like it played too much into that goal. We now go into a 2-goal lead for the Barracudas. 3 minutes, 39 seconds left in this first match. A drift following the kickoff up the wall. Yags is waiting for the follow-up. Almost puts it in, but the ball is too high and bounces off the crossbar. Back over to midfield for the Barracudas to defend.
Drift able to get a touch on it, but Nano going to get that demo as well. Yags, though, oh, he had the free hat trick and he whipped it off the side. And the Barracudas would have loved to have a 3-goal lead, but instead, now they got to settle the place of defense as a drift. Able to get that clear all the way over to the other side.
A drift, willing it past the corner. Trying to set it up or dunk it into the goal. It's unsuccessful in that regard. Clear is going to come through from the Stingrays. How quickly will the Barracudas answer that back? It's going to be hard for them as Yanks gets demoed, and another open goal is just whiffed. That's such a pattern that we've been seeing today. So many open goal shots not secured.
Nano will get one more chance here, not able to find it. YY gonna just take a rip on it. Another demo there for Nano. Demos are racking up, but YY is unable to make the save, so it's a drift, our unnamed player from downtown who makes it 3-0.
Well, even if he's unnamed.
He kind of stole that one. He got a wheel on it, and he got credit for it.
Just enough to take credit for it. Get stats in. Next kickoff, Adrift is going to take the advantage off that one. Gababy up next. Leaves it for Adrift. Shot on goal. Nano saves. Yeg's going to meet him up in the air, but unable to steal it away from him. Gababy with the clear. Gets pushed off. Yags tries to push it down toward Adrift. Nano gets control of it. Now over to Greed. Goes flying past the ball.
Drifts, one touch. Oh, YY gets an unfortunate bounce, and that leaves it for Yags to get the hat trick and a 4-0 lead.
Well, he was left searching for his hat trick earlier off of that open goal whip, but he finds it now. Nano too far back into the goal, can't respond to it. A little under 2 minutes remaining and a commanding 4-goal lead for the Barracudas at this point. Baby off to the corner, waiting for the next play. Off to Yags, nice backflip, leaving it for Adrift. Now they got some forward momentum.
Oh, Baby goes underneath it, and Yags kind of rolls over the top. That ball handed right back to YY, though. Ooh, over Adrift, and there will be no shutout. The Stingrays with 90 seconds left put some slim hopes on their Game 1 chances.
Might be, but they have just barely enough time to make up that goal deficit. Barely the minimum 30 seconds that you'd want for each goal. So this first kickoff, any time bled away from the Barracudas is a victory for them, and a clutch save by Adrift. He's going to take control of the ball. He gets demoed. Still, that save very crucial for keeping the Barracudas in control.
Front of the net. Oh, almost Greed able to redirect that one, but Nano's got possession over to YY, but in a ton of traffic. So Yags and Gababy able to combine to get that clear. Drift all the way down in the corner. Going to set up Yags. Shot a little bit wide, though, over to the side. Now Gababy over to Yag. Ball in front of the net. Adrift came racing in, but his shot was turned away. Less than a minute left, and the Stingrays unfortunately running out of time. They need to make something happen quickly. Nano's going to rip a shot. Chance for a rebound, but Gababy and Adrift deny that one. Though they do run into each other, the Stingrays can't capitalize.
Ball grounded in center field. 30 seconds left, though, with the Barracudas succeeding in their time wasting challenge, getting enough time off of the clock for it to make it pretty darn impossible for the Stingrays to come back. This first game looking all but secured for the Barracudas. Nano fights for that ball, trying to take it away from Gababy, but doesn't really win that 50-50 in any sort of meaningful way. Ball in front of the Barracudas goal, but Yag's gonna casually push it off to the side. One more chance for at least one goal is not gonna come through. That's 4-1. Pretty darn forceful win from the Barracudas.
Yeah, the Barracudas doing a great job just getting ahead early, playing some spectacular defense, though. I mean, you know, the boost pretty even, side control even favoring that of the Stingrays, but unfortunately, when they needed to score goals, that Barracudas defense just clamped down, and there was nothing that the Stingrays could do.
Yeah, it was also two opportunities for the Stingrays to, you know, get 2 goals that were kind of gift wrapped for them, but it's just kind of been a little bit of an odd curse that's been hanging over today. It's something that dogged both teams in the first game, Barracudas White versus the Lynxes, and now the Stingrays, unfortunately for them, are finding themselves on the short end of that stick.
But you know, when it's the semifinals, it's single elimination, it's the final maybe series for you of the fall season. Things do get, you know, nerves get a little bit more high, you get a little bit more tense. We'll see if everybody's calmed down as we get ready to kick off Game 2 here between Barracudas Black and the Stingrays. Again, a date with Barracudas White awaits in the grand finals for whoever comes out on top. As Adrift, now properly named, gets the first goal for the Barracudas.
Barracudas seem to be showing no signs of slowing down their momentum at all. Adrift plays it off the wall. Then Greed unable to find a clear. Immediately puts the Barracudas into a very early lead.
Ooh. Drift trying to go for the little fake out on the kickoff. Doesn't quite work. Greed gonna rip a shot, but Gababy is there, always known for his defense, making another spectacular save. Trying to get that ball over to Yags, but Yags unfortunately went a little bit too far forward, so Adrift ends up claiming it, spikes it down. Oh, that'd have been a sick goal, but the ball didn't go far enough for him, and he'll give over possession.
Midfield right now, Nano taking the ball, but no one to pass to, and Adrift gladly takes that ball away from him. Trying to fake out, Pulos right into YY and almost scores the goal for himself.
That might have been the sickest goal in Esports Tower history if he pulled that one off. The ball just wasn't moving fast enough. And that just kind of shows you what the Barracudas Black are working with. This is an insanely talented team on paper. So far as the #1 seed, the paper is proven to be correct. As the Stingrays now have a chance. Nano back to YY. Nice little touch, but Yag's just going to steal that one away.
Ball's heading over. Neither team really getting too much control of the ball. It's just a ping pong back and forth at the moment. Greed tries to pass to YY, but the pass leaves a whole lot of time for the Barracudas to move in and intercept it. Drift takes a shot toward the goal. Greed is going to get the save. Doesn't have any boost to work with right now. He's going to have to roll back, pick up a bit more boost as YY tries to take control. Yags reads the shot. Ball up high, 50, not quite going to either team. Heads over to Nano, back to YY. Retakes the shot, and Yags saves that. Passes it over to his teammate to redirect and almost gets another shot on goal.
Drift, almost had Gababy on the setup. Cross map clear, but Yags is there. Greed doing a great little job, but can't quite stop Adrift from getting the ball. Here comes Adrift. The crossbar this time is the one who makes the save against the Adrift setup. Yags, nice little save. Gababy tells him, get out of here, it's my ball. That miscommunication is going to give the Stingrays one more chance. Unfortunately, not quite able to capitalize.
Greed demoed. YY trying to get control back of the ball. Nano's going to take it out of the corner. Yags chasing after it as well as Gababy, but they're too fast for them to catch up.
It's a great job by Nano. Just racing it down, gets the demo, and as he gets the demo, gets enough of a shot on the goal to be able to make it 1-1. Just over 2 minutes left here in Game 2 of our semifinals of the Club Championships. Barracudas and Stingrays battling it out. Oh, Adrift can't quite find it. Does he have a follow-up? It's in front of the net. Look at baby, he gets blocked.
YY up the field, takes a shot on goal himself. Yags saves it. Back over to Nano. Adrift beats the 50, wins the 50. That's a crucial shot on goal for the Barracudas, putting them back into the lead.
What a great read by Adrift. He just steals the pass out of midair. Risky pass, but Adrift was there, and it's now 2-1 at Barracudas. On the back of Adrift, off the kickoff, Yag's gonna hit it over to the sidewall. YY racing in, gets a touch on it. Does he have a follow-up? No. Waterfall's actually right back to him. Lucky there, but unfortunately wasn't at a great angle, so Gababy will push it down to the other side.
Minute and a half left in game number 2, and Adrift spots a quick shot on goal he can take for his hat trick.
Drift just been doing everything in this game, too, for the Barracudas. His third goal of the game. He just sees that YY couldn't get a touch, and he put himself in the right spot. And who's shocked that Adrift has a hat trick when his team needs it? uber talented player doing exactly what talented players do, and that's showing up in big time games. Now we'll see if the Stingrays have an answer here in the last 60 seconds.
Nano trying to pinch it into the goal or pinch it off the wall to center it up. It's going to be unsuccessful in that regard. Yags almost takes a shot, but gets blocked by YY. 1 minute left for the Stingrays to equalize this. Nano's going to be chasing after the ball. Adrift beats him to it. Baby also getting demoed for the Barracudas, but you wouldn't know it with the way that the Barracudas are pushing up. Nano's going to try to take the air dribble all the way back toward the Barracudas, but doesn't find the goal. Now Kababy, plenty of time to take the ball for themselves, get it past YY. Reed stops it at midfield. One last chance for the Stingrays with half a minute.
Nice demo there, but Nano able to push it in, even in a 2-on-3. The Stingrays keep themselves alive. They demoed out Greed, but a great shot by Nano. And now, 30 seconds is a goal, is usually fair, 25, close enough. The Stingrays got a chance here in game 2.
Who wins this kickoff is a big question. The ball goes off to the side. Adrift tries to follow up, but the ball takes a hop way up into the air, and Nano steals it away from him. If he can get the goal, it heads down toward Kababy. Kababy has to get this away from the Stingrays with only 10 seconds left. Looks like he has control of it. Flip, set up toward the goal. Greed knocks it over into the corner, but I don't know if they can get it back across the field with just 1 second left. The ball needs to hit the ground for the Barracudas to win, but Stingrays are keeping themselves in the mix by keeping the ball aerial adrift, and Yags need to ground this ball, and it is. And the Barracudas win that one by the skin of their teeth.
Man, that got scary close at the end there, but as you said, the Barracudas survive, and again, this time, pretty much dominate everywhere across the map. For the most part, they had that game in the bag. Just towards the end there, it got a little scary, but in those final 30 seconds, the Stingrays never really had a great shot to pull that one and tie it up.
Well, if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights. With our featured rumbles, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. Great win there by Barracudas Black. Now only 1 game away from moving on to the grand finals. Looks like we have that 3rd game right now ready to go. We'll see if a clean sweep can be brought out by Barracudas Black versus Stingrays.
That'd be one way to set the edge into the grand finals if you pull off the sweep before you face your Barracuda counterpart, or maybe the Stingrays have a reverse sweep in mind as we kick off game 3. A great chance for YY off the kickoff, but not able to find everything. Baby gets it down to Adrift. Not quite able to find it. Adrift front of that ball, maybe trying to go for a fake, but Yags can't find the back of the net, and we remain tied at 0-0 as a couple of demos come flying out across the screen.
Reed grounds the ball. Leaving it for Nano. Shot on goal from Greed. Follow-up from Nano. Both of them tag teaming it into the goal. Stingrays now have a lead.
Yeah, it's just a great job on the follow-through by both these players, realizing we can take 2 shots. Highly unlikely that Kababy's going to make both saves, and that's exactly what they do. First time all series the Stingrays have struck first, and we'll see if they're able to build this lead as YY launches it back. Yags right there. Demo going to go out on to Greed as well. It looks like, unfortunately, Greed's just going to corral that ball over to YY. Shot on the net. Baby can't make the save. And it's 2-0 Stingrays here when they needed it most in game 3.
Nice little setup for YY, taking it from downtown. Kababy unable to stop that. Gets right in front of it, but the ball just keeps going on past him. Now Stingrays' early lead as we head into game 3. Yags to take it, leave it for Adrift to move it up the field. Tries to pinch it off the wall. Unsuccessful as YY keeps control. Pass back down to Nano, or in front of Nano, rather. He can't get to it. Kababy takes it back toward mid. Shot on goal off that redirect. Nano getting demoed in the process. Not enough for the Barracudas to get themselves on the board.
Ooh, Nano with a nice little hit. Maybe going to get that one right in front of the net, though Yags is able to get it and take it out of harm's way, though he drops it right in YY's lap. YY taken out of the play by Adrift. Nano and Greed both double commit. A costly mistake there for the Stingrays, as that's going to cost them possession.
Gababy takes the shot, takes the demo against Greed. Yags pushes it back toward the goal. Greed again, the save. Drift gonna find the first goal for Barracudas.
Ooh, Yags. Great shot to start it off. Forces the goalie to commit, and that was a fantastic little goal to make it 2-1. Again, Stingrays struck early. We'll see how they're able to hold on with this lead. Still over 3 minutes left, so it's plenty of time if you're the Barracudas. Is Yags. Can't quite get it around Greed. Both players on new controllers, and neither controller seems to work out as they both lose possession. YY does get the demo. All bouncing towards the net. Finally, Greed with a weak little touch on it. Kind of bounces off everybody on that ricochet, and Yags unable to finish it for the Barracudas.
Shot back up to the backboard with Gababy. Drift tries on the follow-up, but it gets played over him. Yags with a double tap. Now shot toward near post. Bounces off, and Gababy from back in the field gets the equalizing shot.
It's a great little setup there by Yags. He's had a couple of fantastic setup goals for his team. Both goals so far this game assisted by Yags, and it's 2-2. And just like that, first half of Game 3 ends in a dreadlock. We'll see if either team can strike first to start the second half of this game. As Nano just to clear it on the other side. Gababy is right there. He'll get possession. Try and chase Nano up the wall for it, but ends up backing off as Adrift over to Gababy. Bit of a back pass to Yags as everybody gets involved. Over to Drift one more time. Do we have a fifth pass? Oh, missed Gababy. Oh, would have been a fantastic little display of passing.
Drift just barely managing to push that up into their own crossbar. Save the shot on goal. 2 minutes left, and it's still tied. Drift trying to pass to Yags. Gets interrupted by Greed. Drift now up the field. Pass to Yags. Ball is shot. Shot is wide. Off into the corner. Nano grounding it. Pass back to YY. Takes an awkward bounce thanks to Gababy getting in there at the last moment. Yags just kind of generally clears it up the field, but quickly answered back by Stingrays. Drift once again looking for the clear. Gababy passes it off. Gonna play off the wall. That's the clear they're looking for.
Ooh, Yags, he's got to set up for a Drift. Oh, but Nano makes the save. And now he's going to try and push this one upfield. Can he get it around Yags? No, he cannot. Though Greed tops the ball in. Oh, I thought maybe Adrift could make the save, but Greed, with 60 seconds left, gives the Stingrays the lead.
Yags thinking that the ball would take the final bounce off of him, head over to the other side of the field, but Fate has a different plan in mind as now the Stingrays closing in on their first victory with just 1 minute left. See if the Barracudas can tie it up again. Yags off the kick. Well, okay, there's my question answered.
Oh, he set up Gababy, he set up Adrift, and finally says, you know what, I'll take this one myself. Great little shot past two members of the Stingrays. And now, 55 seconds left. We'll see if somebody can score and hold on to win this game, or if maybe we're heading to overtime.
The interesting thing is that the coaches were saying to the Stingrays before this battle began, look for the slow starts, like run up the score early, because Barracudas Black can have slow starts, but that isn't the case today as Yags get another shot. It has been just a very scrappy matches, each team matching each other one shot apiece. Neither team really building up a huge lead, so Stingrays' main strategy not quite working out today.
Now the Stingrays need to find a strategy that gets them at least one goal. Two would probably be preferred to avoid overtime. Again, it's a best of 5, so you're on your final point potentially of the fall season if you are the Stingrays. 30 seconds left. YY pitches that ball off the back, tries to get it over to Greed, can't quite do it. Gababy going for game. Launches it all the way down off Nano. Adrift going to center it up, but it looks like the Barracudas, and specifically Yags, playing very defensive, knowing they've only got to hold on for 15 more seconds.
One last chance for a tying move by the Stingrays. Drift pushes it off to the side, making it a bit more difficult. Pass back to Nano. He's passing to Greed. Back over. One final shot from Nano. Saved by Gababy. Ball just needs to be grounded, and Barracuda's Black will win this. Off onto the wall. Greed keeping it airborne, and Adrift lets it hit the ground. Barracuda's Black sweep the Stingrays and set up an all Barracuda's final for our Esports Tower Fall Championships.
Yeah, I mean, the Stingrays gave them everything they could. Unfortunately, this is the first time the Barracudas didn't have a slow start. They had in the round robin a couple of times. This time, though, they win game one. They snowball from there. Adrift making some fantastic plays, and at the end of the day, they hold on to advance. And now, as you said, it's a Barracudas party in those grand finals of our Fall Club Championships.
The one match to decide who deserves the ultimate title of Barracuda's Championship. We will see who that is in our grand finals match coming up right after this break. You're not going to want to miss it.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
It's the end of a good day's work in Idaho. Time to punch out. Time to check in and catch up. Time to remind ourselves that what we work for isn't a paycheck. It's to make the good things we have even better. So here's to your good day's work. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe money is a thing. It's not everything.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena for our Fall Club Championships, our final one for Esports Tower Rocket League before we move into the spring season. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer, joined by Michael Fisher. So we're just about ready to head into the grand finals match, and it's versus the Barracudas White versus Barracudas Black. Two flavors of the same team and kind of the top talent that everyone was looking at as this tournament started.
Yeah, I think if you would have had to pick two teams you expected to be in the grand finals when it all started, I don't think many people would argue if you said both Barracudas teams. These teams are both incredibly talented, though they do go about it maybe a little bit different ways. Barracudas Black, which we just saw, like a Baby, Adrift, and Yags team, kind of been running that same team the whole time. Barracudas White kind of got a little bit more of a bigger roster. Wouldn't be surprised if, just like in our last match with when we saw Barracudas White against the Lynx, maybe we see some names coming in and out depending on the kind of the state of the game. So, two different philosophies, same name. We'll have to see who the champion is.
Well, we're just about ready to head into this grand championship match between these two teams. Both these teams are some of the top talent in Esports Tower, some of the best-known names and talent that we have had, and probably going to be one of the most competitive grand finals that we are going to see. So we're just about ready to head into the game, but before we do, we want to remind you to check out this amazing offer from A Vitamin Shop. Has everything a gamer could need, and proud sponsors of the Esports Tower Rumble. Scan the QR code you see on the screen to find out everything that the Vitamin Shop has to offer. And now we head into the grand event. Do not be dismayed by what you see. It is Barracudas White versus Barracudas Black. We're going to see who is the ultimate fish champion right at this game. And Nano starting off with a bang.
Yeah, we've seen a ton of just insane kickoffs. This time it's no different. Cats over to Nano. And Barracudas White able to strike first. See if they can keep that momentum up, though, as we head into our second kickoff. We have seen a lot of early goals here as well. This one within 5 seconds. Now Fuge going to take it in the corner. Gababy there to get a touch on it. Adrift over to Yags, over to Gababy. I don't think there's anyone on the follow for that pass as Cats intercepts it. But a nice little job at least clearing it for the moment. Adrift goes just right in front of Nano. He'll take another shot. The Yags, with help from the crossbar, makes one save, but Cats isn't going to allow that to happen, and he makes it 2-0.
Very quick start for Barracudas White. Now with a nice flip. Just the acrobatics here to be able to aim it so perfectly. Very nice play from Barracudas White, and this was the main concern that we have for Barracudas Black, is the coaches seem to think they're a team that gets off to slightly slower starts, so don't count them out quite yet. Sometimes they just take a while.
I mean, they were down 2-0 in that Game 3 to the Stingrays, battled all the way back to claim the win and the sweep as Yags takes a shot. Nano makes one save. Adrift, oh, he kind of shanked that one. Thought he had maybe an open net, but not quite able to find it. Yags going to get the demo and ends up having a ball kind of roll right to him. He's got a member underneath him that he's trying to get that ball to, but him and Gababy just not on the same page as they're not able to sync up for that pass. So Adrift and Yags get a shot off. It hits off the crossbar.
Demo from Bounty Yags leaves a wide open goal for Barracudas White to score on. They're now up 3-0.
This is these slow starts you talked about. Sometimes Barracuda Black take a game or two to kind of get everything working out. You wouldn't think that would be the case since they literally just came off a semifinal sweep, but here we are, just over a minute into the game, and it's 3-0 Barracudas White as Adrift looking to change that. Unfortunately, not able to get a good rebound there for himself.
Quick shot by Gababy. It is wide, however. Followed by Adrift is going to find it. That's going to make it a 2-goal game.
That is the, I guess, small upside of going ahead early. You have plenty of time to fight your way back. Down 2 goals with 3:30 left is an easy number of goals to come up with. You don't have to press. You don't have to try and change your strategies. Off the kickoff, Cats gonna win that one. Yags right there as we get a demo in our face onto Fuge. And Yags able to carry that one over to the orange side.
Attempted shot on goal by Gababy. Gets deflected. off to the side, and they're going to be forced all the way back toward their own goal as Barracuda's wide advances. Gababy off the wall, back to Cats. Cats going to try to take the shot, but Yags saves it. Off to the side. It's up to Adrift or Gababy. Gababy's going to get in the passing lane for now. Drift finding a bit of interference from Fuge. It's going to push it back to mid.
Cats with a great little touch. Now Gababy goes and takes a shot. Nano denies a rebound. Adrift racing in, going to center it up. Gababy is there, touches it down. Just like that, it's now 3-2 Barracuda's way.
Gababy, just a nice redirect there. It just trickles down into the goal. Despite all the goals that we have had, all the activity, we're not even technically halfway through the match at this point. 2:35 still left.
We might get a goal right before, right after that halfway mark, but Yags unfortunately couldn't find it. Cats, nice little touch on it. Yags, wanted the pass to Adrift, but just kind of got bumped and it altered the path of the ball. Baby now retreating, gets it around one. Ball's going to land in Fuge's lap, though. Can he find a shot to break this Barracuda's black run? No, he cannot. The ball's out at midfield.
Cats trying to do some fancy footwork there. Doesn't really turn into anything. Baby centers and shot from Adrift. Beautiful pass and play, given goal, and equalizer.
Just like that, 3-3. Barracuda's black, Barracuda's white. Game 1 of our fall grand finals. Now you have to wonder who will break the tie. Baby gonna rip a shot off the side wall, bounce a little bit too far behind him to be able to create his own play. And now Cats over to Fuge. Shot taken, but Yags with a nice save.
They go chasing after the ball as Adrift moves up. Sets it up for Gababy. Shot on goal, manages to sneak its way in.
It's hard to think back, 2 long minutes ago when this was a 3-0 Barracuda's white game. Miss Gababy makes it 4-3. Now 4 straight goals for Barracuda's black here in game 1. Fuge off the kickoff, able to clear that one down to the corner. Cats gets a demo to his name as well. Ball right in front of the net, but Cats gets a follow-up touch on it that sends it flying in front of the goal line. Here comes Fuge, just a little bit too high on that bouncer.
Gababy following it past the midfield marker. Nano hanging out on the near post to defend. Fuge is going to get a demo onto Adrift. Nano shot on goal and finds it. A redirect off of Cats.
Up for a second, Cats actually might end up making a very unfortunate save. But in the end, he'll just take credit for the goal. And it's 4-4 now with 60 seconds left. Wouldn't have it any other way in these grand finals than a back and forth affair. As off the kickoff, Gababy's the one who wins the race, takes an awkward hop, and it's a hat trick for him and a 5-4 lead.
There have been so many goals this first game. We aren't even finished with it. Gababy last minute chance to just will it into the goal. He's successful in that regard. Barracuda's black now have the lead, and they're rolling over their activity feeds. This game has been so eventful.
Can Barracuda's white find another equalizer? Nano with a couple touches off the wall. Yags able to hit it towards midfield. Gababy is there. Full retreat on for Barracuda white. One player gets a touch on it. Adrift, though, can't get around Fuge, who hits it down to Cats. Cats going to race Yags to the goal, trying to center it up. Yags make a great save.
Nano taking control of the ball. Ball gets deflected off to the side. 30 seconds left. Fuge back to center. Gababy unable to get quite a forceful shot on goal that he was wanted. Barracuda's black, despite facing a pretty hefty 3-goal deficit, have found a way to bring it back to a 1-goal lead, 5-4. Can the Barracuda's white answer them? They need to keep the ball up in the air or score it right now. Gababy gets control of it, and that's going to end it. Barracuda's black staging an insane comeback to be able to win the first game.
Yeah, down at 1.3-0. They come all the way back, as you said, 5-4. Barracudas Black avoid their slow start, and now you got to wonder what can you do if you're Barracudas White. You kind of got everything you could ask for at the start of the game. 3-0 lead with 3 minutes to play, but they just simply could not hold on against this insanely talented Barracudas Black squad.
Well, we'll see if Barracudas White can stage a comeback. Remember, the one match that Barracudas White won earlier, the first semifinal match of tonight, they lost one of the games there against the Lynxes. So they are a team that maybe can lose one, but play the long game overall. We'll just have to see how things turn out in round 2, or game number 2 of this final round, to see who ultimately has the advantage. Will Barracudas Black go into match point off the bat, or will Barracudas White prove to be a tough match for them? Also looks like we got a bit of an update. We got a few roster swaps over for Barracudas White, with Jockstrot and Rake coming in for game 2.
Well, this is, as well as you pointed out, they lost game 1 against the Lynx. They also made a couple of swaps in that first series after that game 1 loss, and they ended up moving on from there. So you have to wonder if maybe this is a goal of theirs. Switch up some players, get some, fresh thinking in there. So far, 30 seconds in, nothing really happening. Chance here for Yags, but ball got a little bit too far behind him. He tries to get it over to Gababy, but not quite able to, as Cats off the side wall. That ball is going to be kept over on the blue side for Barracudas Black and company. One more try for Yags, but I think this is going to be a full retreat and possession handed over.
Pass over to Cats, trying to get the goal. Gababy is going to keep it away from them. And I'm quite frankly shocked that we've gotten 1 minute without a goal after that intense first game. But both these teams holding each other to scoreless. Jockstrot passes it back to mid. No one to pass to, however, so Yags heads over to Yags, tries to dunk it down into the goal. Not finding it adrift is going to give Yags another chance, but it bounces off the ground before it can head into the goal.
I think Jockstrot also might have got a nose on that one, as he did pick up a save. All 3 members of Barracuda White form a conga line, run into each other and kind of take each other out. As Gababy now looking for a couple of touches on it. Jockstrot and Cats both there. Adrift going to look to center it up. Rake going to pop that one up in the air. Look for a follow-up touch. And he gets it over to Jockstrot, centers it to Cats, but Yags is there. And that's an open goal, but Jockstrot recovers in time to stop any shenanigans.
Now just about 2 minutes in with no goal for either team. Except as soon as I say that, of course, Yags finding the first goal for the Barracudas Black.
This is just a really good shot. I don't know what you can ask for. He puts it top shelf, but even banks off the crossbar. That's one of those shots that's nearly unguardable, and it breaks our 0-0 tie. I think our longest 0-0 tie to start a game all night, going nearly 2 minutes, but just off the kickoff, Gababy and company want to add one more to their total. Adrift wide of the net, and we got ourselves another Rule 1.
Okay, it gets broken up.
Shenanigans.
Well, hey, sometimes there are times to, follow it, and other times it's the grand finals. You need all the help you can get. We'll see how that works out for him. Jockstrot gets demoed. And a shot on goal by Gababy. Not going to find it. Barracudas White still looking for their equalizer.
Ooh, nice job by Adrift, challenging Cats there. Gababy going to pop that one up. Has maybe a play himself, and yes, he does. Barracudas Black score, and it's 2-0.
Elevation up off the backboard, and a quick dunk down by Gababy. It's going to give Barracudas Black a little bit of breathing room. Now, we know that Barracudas Black is a team that can come back from a goal deficit, but the question is Barracudas White similar?
When you break Rule 1, I don't think the Rocket League gods will smile upon you. I don't think they'll want to help you out in this comeback, so they might hit the crossbar a bunch. We'll have to see as Cats gets a full map clear. He's got some interference going on in the goal, but unfortunately can't get it close enough.
Yags passes over to Adrift. Barracudas Black setting up another shot toward the goal. Cats and Rake are going to try to take control of that. Demo onto Cats. Adrift heads it back toward it. Takes a fortunate bounce off of Jockstrot, actually. pushing even more territory over to Barracuda's Black. Baby trying to line it up, bounces off of Cats. Now Yags is going to stop that in midfield as Cats gets demoed again.
Oh! I don't think Yags was ready for that ball. I don't think he was ready for that ball to end up in his lap with an open goal.
If I remember correctly, Fish, was Cats the one that broke off that Rule 1
Cats,
before? Yeah,
yes,
so
he was.
If the Rocket League gods are not exacting their revenge, then Barracuda's Black are certainly doing it by demoing Cats a lot.
You got to let him know. It's the first rule for a reason. Is Rake going to try and center that one? Can't quite find it. 60 seconds left. Again, plenty of time for Barracuda's White, but now they've got to start pressing a little bit. Cats in that goal, trying to get some demos onto somebody, but not quite able to find it as Jock's Trot's shot turned away.
48 seconds left. Cat's going to try to make something happen, but it goes flying past him all the way back to Rake. Rake now elevating up himself. Cats is going to try to put a bit of his own justice back onto the field, getting rid of Yags. Jockstrot into the corner. Centering. Almost goes through. One final bounce off of Barracuda's Black is going to get them a whole bunch of territory back. Cats trying to block this. Yags tries to play it above him, but it goes back over to Cats. Ball heads past midfield mark. Only 15 seconds left, though, for Barracuda's White to get 2 goals.
I don't think they're going to get 2 goals in 6 seconds, unfortunately. And this is going to be match point for Barracuda's Black here. Ball even just touches the ground right away. And really, the stats kind of tell the story. A dominant victory for the most part. Really didn't feel like Barracuda's White. You know, there was never a moment where it felt like they had that game. As soon as Barracudas went up 2-0, it felt like it was kind of a shoo-in for the Black side.
Also, Drift and Cats kind of being in a league of their own in terms of speed around the field, both breaking 60 miles per hour. So those are kind of the 2 fastest on either team, but you got to wonder again, you know, if Barracuda's White are going to pull off a characteristic roster shuffle again now, because it seems they try to move things around until they find out what works.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see. I think, you know, I will say, I don't know, something about that Cats name. I know we had Crazy Cats. He was, I think, almost every game we saw him tonight, he's over 60 miles an hour. Now, Cats, he's over 60 miles an hour. Everybody else, like, they'll have a game or 2, but consistently Crazy Cats and Cats, who I have confirmed those are different people. That's not someone changing their name. And it looks like Crazy Cat, speaking of Cats, is back in, and he needs a demo right off the start. And I think we can press Fs for that one.
Yep. Regular Cats being sent to timeout for breaking Rule 1.
When you're down 2-0, which the scoreboard is bugged, it is a 2-0 lead for Barracuda's Black in the series. You got to bring out all the craziness when you're down 2-0. So I like that swap. You got to get crazy. You don't need a regular Cat. You need a Crazy Cat right now.
Well, we'll see how crazy he can be as he's now pushing a shot toward the goal. Egg's going to come out of the side, put an end to that attempt. Now he in a drift, trying to set something up. It's going to head back into the corner. Drift, pop off his roof. Leaving it toward Yags, and Foosh just dropping out of the air at just the right time. But it seems much like the second game that we saw. This third game is going to go a whole minute without a goal scored.
Maybe it's the roster swap buff for Barracuda's White. As Nano's going to launch that ball down to the corner. Oh, had a great setup. Not quite able to find it. Crazy Cats off the sidewall. He does get demoed, however. And Gababy now. Ooh, couldn't quite set up either of his teammates. And so Barracuda's White having a pretty good chance here.
Crazy Cat. Oh, almost just follows that right into the goal. Foosh deflects it way off to the side. Now Crazy Cat has it. Leave it for Foosh or try to take him himself. He tries to take him himself, but a drift gets it away from him. Now everyone's chasing after the ball. Gababy takes a quick demo onto Crazy Cat. Nano trying to recenter, leaving it for Foosh, and they both run into the wall.
Ooh, ball just bouncing in front of that Barracuda's Black net. Finally cleared away off the side. Oh, Crazy Cats with a nice little touch on it, kind of changed the path of the ball. Forced Gababy to immediately retreat. Yags with a touch on it. We are now over 2 minutes scoreless, our longest of the night. Who will break the 0-0 tie? Almost a drift, but Nano with a fantastic save. And the ball centered up once again.
Ball heads flying over Fuge. Nano's ready to take it. Barely wins that 50. Yeah, Crazy Cat actually goes flying past the ball, and that leaves Nano in an awkward position. Trying to reposition himself. Crazy Cat takes the shot. It's deflected by Gababy. Fuge shot on goal, and it's blocked.
Ooh, towards the net. Drift makes a nice save. Yags and Nano just kind of collide with each other. Ball centered up for Drift as we near the 2-minute mark of this game 3. And as we do, Crazy Cat makes the goal to make it 1-0 Barracudas White.
Ends the drought. Yags is trying to rotate back, but takes a turn off to the left. Gababy was trying to head to the right of the goal after that, but was very far away. Had left a wide open goal. Now 2 minutes, 2 seconds left. Barracudas White have a narrow 1-goal lead.
See if they can add to it. Right now they got to defend against Barracudas Black as Gababy goes flying across the middle of the screen. Can't quite find the back of the net. Yags, loses possession. Gababy off the side. And the best chance Barracudas Black have had all day ends with a couple of goal shots that go wide of the net, and Barracudas White back in control.
Shot over to the side. Fuge is able to beat Yags to the ball. Doesn't quite turn into a clear, though, for Barracudas White. Now it does. Crazy Cat leading the charge. Ball too high up for a follow-up. Gababy pass to Drift. Crazy Cat takes the shot. Gababy is going to elevate and push that off to the corner again. Nano tries to play off the ground. Fuge hanging back in mid to prevent the clear. 1 minute left.
Ooh, this is the best chance Barracudas Black have had all game, but a great save by Crazy Cat. Now 50 seconds away from extending this series and avoiding the sweep, but Adrift has the ball over to Gababy, now racing upfield. But a fantastic save by Crazy Cat to keep us in a 1-0 game with 30 seconds left.
30 seconds. Fair amount of time for Barracudas Black to stage their comeback. It figures they were able to make up a 3-goal deficit earlier, but this 1-goal deficit just a bit too much for them. That might have been the final chance that Adrift had as he tried to get a shot on goal there, but didn't find it. Now with just 10 seconds left, I think we're heading into a game 4.
Fuge and company almost maybe even had a chance to end it. They will give the ball back over to Barracudas Black, so there's still a chance here, but Adrift. Unfortunately, that ball takes an awkward bounce off his roof, and Barracudas White hang on. The roster swap buff works out. And it is a win in Crazy Cat's name. There's so many Fs, we can't see his miles per hour, but I think it's safe to assume it was probably over 60.
Yeah, I can see that. Crazy Cat definitely came into this game playing his heart out. And ultimately, that swap worked out. Crazy Cat helping the Barracudas White get just a narrow victory, but a victory nonetheless. We'll now head into game 4, but still a long way to go. They have to pull off a complete reverse sweep if they want to be named champions.
Yeah, and they only won by 1 goal, and it took almost 3 minutes for that goal to be scored by Crazy Cat we've been talking about, and he had a couple of fantastic saves, as well as a couple of missed passes, which was really the first time all night we've seen Barracudas Black miss on passes. I mean, they had almost, I think, a 5 or 6 pass chain in the semifinals, so I don't think they'll miss out very often. If Barracudas White want to get us to a game 5, I think 2-3 goals is where you're looking. You're not, I don't think, going to win another game 1-0 here. It's off the kickoff. Gababy with Yag shadowing, trying to put it in, and it works out. I don't think that's how they drew it up, but a great bounce makes it 1-0 already.
I also want to point out, it looks like this roster swap mentality not ending for Barracudas White. We see Izuku right here being the latest addition in a very crucial game 4. Izuku made some great plays in the first match here too. So.
And Zuku came in that semifinal after they lost game 1 of the league. There it is. Maybe it's the last piece of the puzzle as he ties it up. And I mean, after going nearly 3 minutes without a goal, we've got 2 goals in 12 seconds because why not?
Yeah, it looks much more akin to the opening game of this series than it has been the last 2. We'll go into the next kickoff. And Adrift following up on it. Needs some resistance from Barracuda's White. Zuku is going to clear it. Heads all the way across the field again. Baby now moving up the field. Crazy Cat's going to push it into their own post to get themselves a bit of room and clear it back.
Ooh, Baby with another touch. This time Izuku is able to slow it down, and Adrift will get demoed. As Yag takes a shot, but Crazy Cat there for the save. Adrift dodges a couple of demos. Yags picks one up. Baby takes the shot. There is Crazy Cat. The fantastic save. And Izuku able to clear it with some help from Crazy Cat.
Yags brings it all the way over across the field. And they're going to demo. That is one long demo feed by both of the two longest named players in their teams. Crazy Cat and Yags trading demos.
You've seen a ton of demos just throughout this tournament. I know slowly becoming potentially the new meta on the Rocket League side of things. As Fuge going to pop that one up in the air. Goes over back to the blue side. It's right on cue. There's another demo on to Fuge as Gababy now racing up the field, trying to outplay Fuge. Nearly did, but the ball just ended up behind him, and Izuku will put it back on the blue side.
Zuku shot off of the backboard. Crazy Cat gonna set himself up for this next shot. It takes only a minor bounce off him. Ball gains a whole bunch of altitude. Zuku carries it back. Demos traded again between the two teams. Now Zuku trying to set it up. Crazy Cat too far back though to follow up. Yags takes a shot over Fuge. All three of them moving in tandem up the field and get demoed from behind by Fuge. Now about 2 minutes, 30 seconds left, halfway through the game. Crazy Cat going to try to take it in the corner once more. Leave it for Gababy, and the ball heads back to mid.
Oh, Yags. Tried to get that ball over to Adrift, couldn't quite get it. Fuge with a long clear, though Gababy almost able to corral it. Izuku hits off the crossbar. And now Yags with an opportunity over to Adrift, and he sneaks it in. It's 2-1 Barracuda's Black with 2:10 left in the game.
That could be the final turning point because this has been a very low-scoring game comparatively. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left in this next kickoff. All the more crucial. And Yags is able to win it, follow up by Gababy. They push it all the way up to the corner. Izuku's now going to try to push it back to mid, but Adrift holding firm like an iron wall. They're going to be cleared off into the other corner, but again, they steal the Barracuda White. They steal their own boost away from them. Now Adrift takes another shot toward the goal where Fuge is waiting. Izuku also gets demoed. It's not quite enough for Barracuda's Black to find an insurance goal, but they are sure playing their hearts out for it.
Oh, what a pass over to Yags.
No. Oh.
We couldn't see the goal, so it's hard to say if it would have scored, but that would have had a ton of heat on it had Yags been able to connect. And the Barracuda's Black will try it again. Yags this time going to leave this ball for Adrift, and they combine. Adrift gets credit, but that's a nice team pinch to make it 3-1.
Yeah, this is one of those double commits I am not going to fault them for because Yags realizing they just kind of had to pinch it in at just the right angle to get the goal. It works out for Barracuda's Black, and now Barracuda's White having pretty tall task left up to them. Ball is pushed off to the side. Zuku tries to follow off the kickoff. And Adrift, another goal. I think that is it.
Hat trick for Adrift. I mean, we've seen Barracuda's Black overcome a 3-goal deficit already in this series, but they had over 4 minutes to come back. Unfortunately, Barracuda's White only have 1:13. But hey, a goal relatively soon, then you're down 2 with a minute left. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities just yet, but as that time ticks further and further down, the Barracuda's White's chances of extending the series get slimmer and slimmer. 60 seconds left, and they need to find a goal here very, very soon to keep themselves alive.
Zuku heads up the field, trying to break out the scuffle we're having in the corner. Yikes pushes it back. Opportunity for one final goal. Gababy sets it up. Izuku saves. This is all valuable time that Barracuda's Black has managed to take away. Now with 30 seconds left, it would have to be a goal every 10 seconds. I don't know, that's really tough to do.
Especially when you're getting demoed like we see here. Nice little save there from Fuge on the crossbar, but that will spell the end of Barracuda's White here in the final 10 seconds. Barracuda's Black will be Esports Tower Fall Club champions here. As soon as this ball touches the ground, we'll see if Izuku can maybe get a goal for the road. Unfortunately, he cannot, and it is a 4-1 win in Game 4 for Barracuda's Black.
Congratulations to our grand champions. Want to be seen by expert college recruiters? Talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers? Then join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights. With our featured Rumbles, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. Well, that's going to do it for the Esports Tower Rocket League Rumble fall season. An exciting championship to cap it all off in a spring semester, awaiting all of these players in the next coming weeks. But now is the time for us to give our recommendations for one final player that we want to honor in the Esports Tower Player of the Game.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly this probably has to go to Adrift would be my guess. I mean, he had so many insane goals in not only their semifinal, also in the grand finals. I think you could probably give a shout out to State as well. He had a couple of great goals in that first semifinal. But at the end of the day, I think it's hard to pick against the team who just won, so I'd have to go with Adrift.
Yeah, I can't really disagree with you there. My vote was also for Adrift. He also got the hat trick in the final game to win it all. So just kind of in style and substance, Adrift is kind of the top runner for player of the game. But we have been fooled many a times here as production has decided to go for someone else. But we'll see who it goes. Are we all three in unanimous agreement? We are. Adrift, player of the game.
Yeah, I thought Adrift had, again, some fantastic gameplay. Of course, I don't think you can say he did it by himself. Yags had a couple of great assists. Gababy playing stellar defense allows Adrift just to be a more aggressive player, which is where he thrives. So a team effort, but when you're the guy scoring all the goals, it's hard not to pick you. So a big congratulations to Adrift. A huge reason why Barracuda's Black are your fall champions.
And one of the fastest players around the field as well.
Yeah.
I mean, when he had boosts, he sure knew how to use it.
Yeah, he's flying around. I mean, picking up demos even when he needs to kind of open things up. I mean, nearly scored what I would have said the game of, or the goal of all of Esports Tower, where they tried to kind of get a touch on it, run and bump the goalie out of the way. Unfortunately, the ball was just too slow. But even just to be able to try that in the semifinals, that's almost deserving a player of the game by itself.
Well, congratulations to Adrift for getting to be a player of the game. And do you have any final thoughts and takeaways, Fish?
I mean, honestly, I think this was a fantastic little way to wrap up the fall series. Came down to the Barracudas versus the Barracudas. Again, like I said, start of the tournament, you probably maybe penciled that in as what you thought your finals were going to be. It did not disappoint. Barracuda's Black, epic comeback as well. I think this is just going to set up some fantastic storylines for our next season.
Well, the next season is upon us, but we actually technically have one more week before the school semester starts. So we will have some fantastic show matches for you next week. You're not going to want to miss those. We'll be sure to have fun with those. You're not going to want to miss them. Tune in next week, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for another Esports Tower Rocket League Rumble. But for now, we'll leave you with the top 5 plays of the night. We hope you enjoy them and join us next time on Esports Tower Rumble.
Get together, but it doesn't matter. Goom puts one in. It took us a little longer, but now 3-3 here on a great little soul. Some really distinct read around there from can't get past Crazy Kid. Floaty's going to go up. One touch on it, free. Off the wall. It's right to get 10. Now you can dunk. Make it 2-1.
Floaty's just not having the forward momentum to clear that out. Allows teammates to score in the second. Yags pushes it back towards first goal for Bear.
Yikes. Great shot started off. Forces the goalie to commit. That's a fantastic little goal. To make it 2-1.
Castle with free. Stays right to intercepted. Is going to be able to leave it for floaties and a quick goal. Guys, and again, Northeast.
This has been an absolutely insane game. State, great little shot off the side. And floated with a nice follow-up. You have to wonder who with the follow-up. Oh, he's going to center it up right off that side wall, but no